a lifetime?
We should be good.
Bam.
I think we're back.
Beauty and Braun.
We're back. A little bit of a
After
break.
5 weeks or something.
No, it was like 3 weeks.
I think, well, okay. It was a long time no matter what.
It was a little bit of a time.
Yeah.
But we, some personal things happened, and it just wasn't good time. So, which my grandfather passed, and I was on his, I was right by him on his deathbed, and that was really, really rough to see. And like, they took him off the ventilator, man, and we were expecting him to last a little bit longer. Bro, within seconds, he was gone. And that really mentally messed with me. Really mentally messed with me. 'Cause I've never seen anybody go like that. I've never seen anything like that. I've actually never seen like a dead body.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So that really kind of hindered me a little bit. And then my family came into town because of it, and just a lot of personal shit was going on in my life. So we're back, feeling good.
Yeah, you thought we were gone forever, huh, people?
Feeling good, looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Got the beard back. So
I see that.
cover up the diet face a little bit.
Hey, man, I like the diet face.
Cover up the sucked in face a little bit. But, reality is? You want to know what reality is?
What's reality? Reality is a lot of things, but tell me what reality is for you right now.
Reality is when I was going into the first show, I was not mentally prepared. I saw, let's say, my eyes were bigger than, well, what's the best way to put it? My eyes, what is it when you eat you see something that you could possibly eat but you can't?
Well, your stomach is too big.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know the right word. I'm having a blank. I'm having my brain. I wasn't mentally prepared for what was going on, and how.
I think you're trying to say that your appetite for the vision was too big.
Yes.
And you weren't mentally prepared to go through what you didn't know laid on the other end of the spectrum.
Yes. Thank you for helping. Exactly. And I'm in the same spot as I was last time, and I'm 4.5 weeks out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel way better. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I feel good. I'm a little tired, but you saw me when I was 4.5 weeks out, and I was fucking a miserable asshole.
Well, what has changed? Did your coach revamp your diet?
We revamped the diet a little bit, and on top of that, I think when I originally started on this journey, I was 300 pounds, so I was dieting for a long time, and I think I just got mentally burnt the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, I had the impact thing, and I had so much thing going on in my personal life. I think I just mentally fucking burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel mentally burnt out because through the whole process, even thinking about doing this next show, I stayed fairly lean. Right? So I still stayed on plan. I still stayed fairly lean. So I didn't have to cut as much weight. I just had to worry about getting the body in good condition, right? Which is coming, right? And while I was doing cardio on Saturday, I think it was, right? I put a lot of pressure on myself, just like anybody else does. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I want to perform well, and I want to do well just because that's just kind of the person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put so much pressure on myself, sometimes I don't enjoy the process. When you put so much pressure on yourself, you don't enjoy the process, right? And this is supposed to be kind of a fun process, right? To a point.
I'll talk after you.
To a point, right? And while I was doing cardio, I can't sway the judges any way, shape, and form. The judges are going to judge me however they judge me, right? I just have to come in with the best physique that I possibly can deliver, with the best conditioning that I can possibly deliver, and let God take over. It's in God's hands. So as I was doing cardio, it kind of just dwelled on me that, dude, put the work in. Discipline doesn't give a fuck if you're tired. Discipline doesn't care if you don't feel good. Discipline doesn't give a flying fuck, right? You have to do this because you mentally let yourself break last time, and you can't let yourself mentally break this time. And when I decided that, I don't know, like euphoria came over me. I was just like, everything's cool, man. Everything's good. You know, everything's rock and roll, man. So it's been a hard prep because I got hurt. I don't know if you know that or not. I got hurt, and my hip got popped out, and my L5 got popped. And thankfully to my doctor is amazing. Was able to put everything back into where it needed to go, and with massage therapy and with good therapy, I've been able to train and progress in this, right? Because I was really worried. I was really stressed about that. I was like, I got hurt on a Saturday. I went to go do legs on Monday, and I couldn't even do a leg press. I was in excruciating pain because my hip was still out. I couldn't lean over. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't sleep, anything. But I still went to go do legs because I was like, I got to get this done. And it was excruciating pain. Like I was literally in tears trying to leg press, trying to do legs, in tears. And people in the gym are asking me if I'm okay. And I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. Doctor wasn't happy I did that, by the way. I don't recommend that. Please don't. Just listen to your doctors. But it was like, fuck, man. Like my grandfather just passed. Fuck, now my hip, and now I'm hurt. Fuck, is this another one that I'm gonna fucking shit down the toilet? I said, fuck no, dude. You're gonna keep grinding. You're gonna keep going. And here we are, 4.5 weeks out, feeling great, rocking and rolling.
Good for
ready
you.
to go, dude.
Good for
excited,
you.
more excited. I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the tale of the tape, man. Just the interwoven challenges of the contest prep. And I mean, you know, some people make it, some people don't. You know, it is what it is. I have a lot to say on the topic because I'm a former competitor, but I don't care as much as you care about it right now because I've been there, done that, and it's nothing, dude. And it's not nothing in the sense of like the work that takes place. It's just nothing in terms of the outcome, dude. And you're talking about a guy that has hardware. I don't care. I mean, it's cool when you're doing it, but it's just, I hate to burst your bubble. I don't know if I am or not. It just, it's so hyped up because everybody thinks that's the thing to do that's in the fitness industry. They think that's what claims you as a fitness, as a bodybuilder. Like if you don't do a show, there's no salt to your name. It's like that doesn't add any salt to your name. It makes other people think that you're something when you're still nothing. And that's what it was for me. Like I was still nothing in bodybuilding in terms of like the competitive edge. What makes me anything is, and I know I talk about this a lot, but it's the truth. The only thing that makes me in this competitive field is my work ethic. No one cares about my body. It's the work ethic, because that bleeds off into so many other areas of my life. And that's the thing that I thank bodybuilding for giving me, I thank competition for giving me, is the organization, the structure, the discipline, the tenacity that's involved with being your best on stage, because it is only yourself versus yourself. That's all. And I think that's what you realized. It's not about anybody else, even though you're out to try to beat people, because ultimately you want trophies and shit, and you want a higher status, quote unquote, in this bodybuilding field, but it's ultimately futile. And you realize that when you've done a handful or more of these shows. It's like, it's futile, dude. You know, but people get so up and excited about it, and they let their emotions take over about what bodybuilding is, and you're nothing more than a puppeteer for the master, or for a puppet for the master puppeteer, which is the judges, the federation, the sanctioned event as a whole. And when you realize that and you realize what it is, I mean, you're just like, this is fucking stupid. And even if you're a Chris Bumstead that gets, that's the only time where this is worth anything, because you can make money off of being a bodybuilder. I mean, there's a lot of people that make money off being a bodybuilder, but I mean, ultimately, you're the top. You have to be the top 0.2% of the world. Like, many people are not that.
I think one of the biggest things was I felt like a failure.
Right.
I did. I felt like a failure.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're not a failure because what you really put your weight into, you've never failed at. It's like, it would be like me going into golfing. Like, I don't give a shit about golfing. And if I was to lose at a tournament, I don't give a shit because I'm not a golfer.
I love golf.
I don't put my stake in golf. You put your stake into wrestling. You've never failed at that. You've persevered through a lot of things in wrestling. So right there, you're not a failure. Like, and I get what you're saying.
I feel like I failed myself.
But bodybuilding's not going to make you money.
Right.
Whereas like wrestling can make you money.
But I feel like I failed myself.
No, I
feel
get
like
it, dude.
I let myself down.
No, I get
because
it.
I couldn't like the mental. Like, you're mentally stronger than that. What the fuck are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? So like, if I only do one show, I only do one show. If I do a couple shows because I enjoy the process, then cool. I'm enjoying this process right now, right? And yeah, the food's low and the cardio sucks, but hey, whatever it is what it is, man. Like, I'm enjoying the process, man. I think one of the funnest things I'm seeing this time around is the changes my body's making. And that's the fun part.
Well, that's the incentive to move you forward, to keep moving forward. But, regardless of how you look, you're always going to feel like shit if you're lean enough. I say this, if you're not feeling like shit, you're not shredded enough. Because any person that's super shredded feels like dog shit. No matter how good, no matter if they look good, they feel like dog shit. And anybody that's a competitor will tell you that. If you're not lean enough, or I'm sorry, if you feel still good, you're not lean enough, period.
Well,
You don't have striated glutes. You're not fucking etched in abs. You don't have shredded serratus and obliques. You're not lean enough, dude. I've never met a person ever in competitive bodybuilding that says, I feel great the day of the show or a week before the show.
oh yeah.
And or even 4 weeks before the show, to be honest with you. And it's almost always because they're not fucking shredded enough. You can't be sub 6% body fat and be like, I feel fucking fantastic. It just doesn't work that way.
Well, it hurts.
Right. It just doesn't work that way. So I would say that that's an indicator that you're just not lean enough. Not you. I'm just saying people in general that don't feel good.
I think what I'm saying is I feel better than I did last time.
Okay.
Mentally.
That's fair.
Mentally.
That's fair.
Mentally. Yeah, I'm still like hurting, but like I feel mentally better. I feel mentally stronger. I feel mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, I don't feel like I can't finish the process.
I think you have more of a grasp on things.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I have more of a grasp on things.
This is called diet brain, people.
Yes. Yes. I have more of a grasp on things. And, yeah, man. Other than that, like, the crazy fun. I just noticed that my table is cocked out for some reason. Just noticed that. I gotta fix that because that can't be good. Anyway, sorry. Just noticed that. I don't know. I was sitting here. I was like, wait a minute. That's fucking cocked the fuck.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cocked out. Like, I gotta lift the table and move that back. Yeah. So what's up, man?
Same old, man. I always say this is it's just I go through every day like it's a Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over again, just putting in the work. When I say work, I mean like doing the same things that are moving me towards the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is endless. The goalpost is always fucking moving.
Have you had any like epic cheat meals?
Yeah.
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 I have some. I mean, I'm all for I mean, I look forward. That's like my favorite part of the week is Sunday, and I mean, my cheat meals are getting probably. No, I would say they're about the same. I've been eating like. I've been recently going like 2 or 3 different places and getting things from 2 to 3 different places, and then eating it all. Like last week, got what was it? Habit Burger, and then we got.
Well, I haven't had Habit in a long time.
Oh, Habit's so good, and then we got Jack in the Box tacos and curly fries, and then we got Little Caesars stuffed pretzel crust pizza.
I want to say the Jack in the Box fries are very underrated.
They're so curly fries are so good.
So crispy.
And their ranch.
Their ranch?
Yeah. It is the move. It is the move. And I was craving that, so we got that while we were waiting for the Little Caesars pretzel crust stuffed crust pizza to be made. And we took that home, ate that, ice cream. We had Krispy Kreme also waiting for us. I mean, dude, it's just it's an extravaganza of food. And I would never give it up to compete. I would never. I would rather stay this condition all my life and never get leaner and never get fatter and eat the way I'm eating and continue onwards, because this is a good medium.
Still doing the Reese's and the
every morning. I had a big king size fast break this morning with my protein drinks, and and then I have protein after I train, and then I have a big meat meal at nighttime with rice and veggies and olive oil. And
I've been craving, man. Like, I'm not a cereal guy, and you know this. Like, when you diet, you get like crazy cravings, right? Yeah. I'm not a cereal guy. I don't really like cereal. I've never liked cereal because it was kind of forced down my throat when I was a kid. Dude, I have been craving Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's good cereal. It's good cereal. That is probably one of the top favorites.
Been craving it. I've been craving like cinnamon rolls, like anything cinnamon.
Okay, why Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Did you see it somewhere? Did you see it on a video somewhere? See someone eating it? Did you see it in an ad?
I honestly, I see it everywhere now, but I don't know. But like, I was walking through Smart and Final, and Smart and Final has those cinnamon rolls for like $6, and there's like 12 of them. I was like, brother, me softly. And I was like, nope, walk away. But then I walked down the cereal aisle, and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch was right there. And I was just like, oh. And it was just like cinnamon everything.
My question is, you didn't see it from somebody and get the idea?
Maybe I did. It might have been. I don't know. I've had it on my brain for a while. So.
Do you watch anybody on YouTube that eats it?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Not that I know of.
Okay, sometimes the ideas will pop in your head from somebody, like eating them or talking with them. Because it'll happen to me too. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's fucking really good. I want to have that,
Yeah.
I was just curious if that happened to you with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, I don't. Not that I know of. Hey, have you? Did you see Wendy's has 50 nuggets for like $10?
No.
Yeah.
They also have a T-Rex burger that's 9 patties. I was
that.
gonna get that. But I saw a few reels on it on Instagram, and I thought, because I looked up, I'm not on Instagram, my personal page, but I looked up on the Beauty and Brawn page, and I saw a bunch of reels on the T-Rex burger, and it just is too much meat, dude. It doesn't look appetizing because it's just too
It's like
much.
meat, cheese.
Yes,
cheese.
nine times. And it's just like,
Might as well just
it
Baconator.
would be too gamey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do it. So I passed on it. But I thought about it. I was like, that kind of would be good. And then I saw it in action. Like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'd rather just do In-N-Out, like a couple of double doubles,
Right. Or some triples or quadruple even. But because their patties are really small. But then Wendy's patties are not small. Like, they're
not.
regular size patty,
I haven't had Wendy's in a hot minute, man. I haven't had anything in a hot minute. I've just been eating normal.
I've had everything. But I mean, that's the tail of the tape with competing.
Yeah, man.
There's the competitive days. I hope that you get past this I will tell you this. I hope that you do this show, you realize it's stupid, and you get past it. Even if you take home some hardware, I hope you get past it. I just really do. I think it's a mindless trap for a lot of people.
Okay.
Bodybuilding competitively. The reason why I say that is because there's no return on investment other than other than if you win or the fact that you've made it to the stage. That's the investment. That's the return, right? But ultimately, you don't have to compete to be an inspiration to people around you. You don't have to compete to display a sense of arduous work ethic that people would look up to. You don't have to compete to do that. I mean, people compete for their own ego. That's why I competed. That's why most people compete. And then if they get, unless you're like, you know, genetically blessed, like tremendously blessed, not just like me, I'm blessed genetically, but there's like a Chris Bumstead blessed genetically or like a Phil Heath blessed genetically. Unless you're like that, where it's in the cards for you to do this, because this is what will make you money, then, I mean, that's a little bit harder to wrestle with because it's like you're cut out for it, you know? But apart from that, I mean, let's be honest, most people are not that genetic gifted specimen. And they still try to do it. They still just constantly pursue this mindless journey that doesn't lead to anything but just an egocentric gratification at the end of the road. And if that's what you're after, okay. But this is if you can't tell by now, I have a long history of prejudice towards bodybuilding, competitively, for everything it stands for, everything. And you're talking about a competitor once. I have such a strong prejudice for it, man. Everything that it promotes, like everything, the drugs, the fucking lifestyle, like everything. I'm all for eating a certain way, being disciplined, being regimented. I like that part, but I'm not for anything else, dude. I'm not for the judges have to tell you how to look. If you don't look a certain way, then they don't, and you could look better than the next person, but politics wise, this other person's going to win ahead of you. That doesn't jive with me, man. And that's what it is.
Are you going to watch Olympia?
Probably not. I don't, it's like I used to watch Olympia, dude, but I don't care anymore.
I think I'm interested because like one of my favorite bodybuilders is Derek Lunsford. And he got beat out by 1 point by Hani. And I'll be interested to see if he's going to come in and win this year, you know? And you got Hunter Labrada coming in there, and you got a lot of you got a lot of monsters, man, coming in, man, and like I'm excited to watch it. I really am. I'm excited to watch. And
those guys are gonna be fucking dead in 10 years, dude. And that's you're glorifying these guys. They're fucking 300 pounds of muscle at 5'8".
Yeah, they
5'9".
are short. They are all short people. It's like these guys aren't thinking of long term. These guys are going to be dead in 5 to 10 years. Their heart's going to explode. They're doing way too many drugs, dude. Lunsford has what's interesting.
Lunsford has a what?
He's got a baby on the way. Congratulations to him, man. He's got a baby on the way.
What a fucking idiot, dude. And he's still doing what he's doing. That he's not going to be around to be a fucking father. Isn't that idiotic, dude? Think about it. Isn't that harsh? Fucking selfish? But it's the truth. You think he's going to skeet by and live until he's 70, 80 years old with doing this kind of fucking shit to his body? There's going to be a consequence, man. There's going to be a consequence.
Yeah.
Dallas McCarver died at 26. When they did a autopsy on him, they saw his liver, his lungs, and his heart were fucking 3 times the normal size that they should be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because of all the growth hormone. Well, everybody's doing growth hormone, and they're abusing the fuck out of these things. Not only growth hormone, but all the drugs. And you pedestalize, not saying you, but people pedestalize it. What the fuck are you thinking? People, what are you thinking? Get your mind out the fucking gutter. Put it in reality. These guys are idiots. To do what? To fucking, so they can make millions of dollars off of their sponsors? They're going to be dead. They're going to be able to fucking use the money. Does that make sense? Is that logical?
People are going to do what they're going to want to do, man.
I know, but there's an idiotic way to do things and there's a smart way to do things. And that's the idiotic way to do things. Every person on the Olympia lineup are idiots. They're fucking idiots. They're morons.
All right. I enjoy watching it.
I know, because you enjoy the freak show. That's why people have circuses.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy the freak show. But you don't
Exactly.
know what consequence it comes at. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put out the consequence. The consequence is fucking death. And you not being around for your loved ones. That's crazy. That's a crazy trade-off. It's fucking crazy. You're getting closer and closer to death. Like an alcoholic who drinks themselves sick every single fucking day. You're drinking yourself closer and closer to your death, to your demise. That's what these guys are doing with their fucking, with their growth hormone, with the obscene amounts of testosterone and other anabolics and androgens they're putting in their body. They're getting closer and closer to fucking death. Like, we're already getting closer and closer to death, even if we live a healthy lifestyle, right?
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So you're just expediting the process by doing all those other exogenous compounds. It's stupid, man. But I digress.
Welcome back.
Let's talk about some current events. You were talking about the news piece on the Mississippi.
Yeah,
cops.
I don't really know like a whole lot about it. I heard about it, and then I don't know a whole
But
lot
what
about
were they called? They were calling him something.
I don't remember. There were 5 Mississippi cops. They're like the Mad something hit squad or some shit. They're idiots though. Those guys.
The Good Squad.
The
The Goon Squad.
Goon Squad. There it is.
6 ex-officers, the Goon Squad. And so it looks like they pled guilty. But let's talk about what they did.
Yeah. Read it out. What did they do?
6 former Mississippi law enforcement officers pleaded guilty Monday to all state charges against them stemming from torture and abuse of 2 black men, one of whom was shot in the mouth.
Ooh. Brother.
What?
Brother.
Shot him in the
Brother.
fucking mouth. Their pleas Monday came after the former officers, 5 of them deputies for the Rankin County Sheriff's Office, the 6th an officer for the Richland Police Department, pleaded guilty this month to federal charges in connection to the same January incident, which the victims have claimed was motivated by their race. Former deputies Christian Dedman, Hunter Elward, Brett McAlpin, Jeffrey, doesn't matter. All these people charged with conspiracy to commit obstruction of justice, according to the new release from the Mississippi Attorney General's office. So,
How long did they get? No, they obviously got life.
well,
death.
I'm not seeing anything of that. CNN has reached out to the attorneys for each of the men for the comment, but did not receive response. And the attorneys declined to comment. So it was a race thing. They think.
When is this race thing gonna end? Like seriously.
First of all,
Like,
do you
guys,
believe?
it's fucking,
Do you believe in racism?
I absolutely,
So do you think racism exists?
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's about racism or it's about good and evil?
See, that's what brought
Everything. So it's like you say racism. Racism is putting the cart before the horse here.
correct.
Good and evil is really the fucking war that we're at.
Right, and I agree with you. It's kind of like the
Or the war that we're in the middle of.
It's like that. Who was that guy who? What's his name? That they had the riots over. I don't remember what his name was. It happened like a year ago.
George. What's?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, though.
Yes, George.
Foreman?
No,
Fo-
that's
For-
the
for- no,
fucking-
for- no,
That's the boxer.
that's the boxer. It's the guy who's got the grill.
George Floyd.
Floyd.
People are probably screaming
Yeah,
at their radios right now.
Right.
George
You
Floyd!
fucking idiots.
Can't believe you can't remember that.
But that's the thing though, is like the Floyd thing, right? This guy was a multiple time felon.
Uh-huh.
Also, I want to say he was a rapist as well.
Yeah, he was a thug, bro. He was a thug.
Okay.
And he was a drug addict.
Drug addict, committing a crime,
Mm-hmm.
getting caught, committing a crime, resisting arrest.
Mm-hmm.
But because of who took him down and the color of his skin, all of a sudden it became a race thing.
Right. If that had been a black man with his knee on in his neck, we wouldn't be talking about that right
Correct. There wouldn't have been all these riots.
now. Mm-hmm.
No one looks at that. No one looks at the good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
They just look at the evil. The white is evil.
Now it's like, go ahead.
You know, and they need to look at the background. Look at what he did and the people that he hurt. And now I'm not saying that's justifies to take his life in any way, shape, or form. Right? But we'd be having a total different conversation if the cop was black.
And by the way, if George Floyd was white, we would not
wouldn't
be
be
talking
talking
about
about
him
this
at
at
all. Mm-mm.
At all.
No, there's definitely a double standard there when
Absolutely.
it comes to different color skinned people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfortunate, man. It's like people don't care as much about the white person if they die.
Because we've had it so good for so many years. It's like, really? You know?
Okay, so there's a argument to be made, I think, about the culture of black people possibly being oppressed because of their skin color by other more dominant races like the white race.
Right.
Okay, there's an argument to be said about that, but also if you did right by the law, I'm talking about black people here,
Yeah.
and white people. If you did right by the law, any race, if you did right by the law, you wouldn't be causal for concern.
Right.
If you are doing wrong, no matter if you're white or black, and I'm not saying that profiling is not a thing, okay?
No, absolutely.
Profiling is a thing, and I think that's what racism stems from, is from profiling. It's really about your judgment call.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe your judgment call is more biased in the sense that you look at black people as more of a stereotypical criminal than you look at a white male.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, people are going to stereotype people all across the board. Every single place they go. It's like if you were to have a white person go into a crime-infested neighborhood where there's hookers running rampant, drug dealers, etc. What do you think about that white person? What do you think that cop is going to think that white person is there for? Drugs or hookers? He's not going to think he knows somebody in the neighborhood. He's going to say what's up to him.
Right.
I'm just checking in on my friend Jamal.
Yeah.
No, he's thinking you're there to buy hookers. You're there to buy drugs, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's profiling. The cop, black or white, is going to profile that white guy in that crime in that predominantly black neighborhood that's ridden with drugs and hookers and shit and criminal activity, and think he's there for those nefarious things.
Right.
Okay, that's profiling. It's like, I think that racism. What I'm trying to convey is that the racism card is essentially predicate off of basically you profiling somebody. That's all you're doing. But you're profiling for your safety. So that's why it's like that whole thing about like, well, there's a guy walking by your car, a black guy walking by your car, lock your doors.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Okay, but that could be anybody walking by your car. You should lock your fucking doors. You know what I mean? If they look
They
like
look
they're
sketchy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They look sketchy, lock your doors.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're in a sketchy neighborhood, lock your fucking doors.
But that is what's that you wouldn't be doing that to a person dressed in a fucking suit walking with a briefcase down the road. You wouldn't be locking your door. Black or white.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, that guy, unless he's a con artist, that guy does not have malevolent intent behind him. He's going to probably a job. He's going to, I don't know what he's doing. But he's clearly got his shit together to some degree. If he's wearing a suit and a fucking carrying a briefcase. So it's like,
if you're gonna, I like how we both set up. if you're gonna look like a fucking scumbag, expect to be fucking profiled as a scumbag.
Exactly.
You know,
I agree.
I've been fucking profiled. I've been pulled over and profiled because I have my tattoos and the shaved head and all this shit. Yeah, and I've
People
been
think you're of the Aryan Brotherhood.
everybody. Dude, I've had cops ask me when they pull me over what the initials on my arms are because they think they're fucking gang related because they're in OE.
They don't say put your arm out, it's on fire.
No. you know, and I've been profiled, and it was he said I had a tail light out, and I knew I didn't have a tail light out. You know, he just wanted to see if I was a fucking criminal.
Right.
You know, no, I wasn't a fucking criminal. You know.
Yeah, I think it's more about good and evil, man. Even though there's people that do profile for sure, I think it dwindles down to good versus evil.
I agree. And I think that there's more people that try to play the victim card as the so-and-so good guy than it's them actually being good people. You know? Like, perfect example when people, you know, I think we've talked about this before, when people get pulled over and all of a sudden they pull their phone out and they're recording the cop. Why are you pulling me over? You're racially profiling me. Well, no, you were going 15 over the fucking speed limit, you jackass.
Mm.
You know, you were breaking the law. You didn't stop. You didn't use your blinker. You know, all the little stupid shit that I could pull you over for, you're not fucking doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden you're being racially profiled. It's like, no, you're just being stupid and you're not paying attention.
Right.
You know? Why are you being so defensive? That's the thing, though, is why are you being so defensive? What do you have to hide? Because now all of a sudden you're going to put the suspicion in the cop. What do you have to hide? Why are you being so suspicious? You know? If you don't have anything to hide, give the fucking guy your license, registration, proof of insurance. He's going to tell you what you did. And you're going to move about your business. Oh, sorry, officer. I didn't mean it. Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. I ran that stop sign. I didn't even see it, dude. My bad.
Mm.
You know? 9 times out of 10, he'll probably be like, yeah, man, just kind of watch your shit. You know? But if you're all of a sudden on the defensive, he is going to automatically think you're up to no good.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, now you have a fucking problem. He's pulling you out of the car. You're like, oh, he's pulling me out of the car because I'm a certain race. It's like, no. Because you didn't fucking play it cool and you decided to be stupid.
Yeah, man, I don't get this.
I don't get this generation.
Oh, for sure, I don't get the generation. I never thought I'd say that either. I never thought I'd be the guy to say back in
my day.
Not back in. I'm not that guy yet. I'm gonna be.
You'd be on the front porch on your white swinging back in my day.
Right.
These stupid kids didn't even do any of it. You know. I always got my ass whooped for that. You know.
Yeah,
like,
oh my gosh. But yeah,
it's like the kids. It's like the kids today that throw temper tantrums because their Xbox got turned off. Like the fuck. And like breaking their TVs and shit. And expecting the parent to go buy him a new one. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck right off with that. And the thing is, those the parents are so pussy. Oh yes, okay, I'm gonna go and buy you a new. Fuck you. You break it, you buy it, motherfucker.
So did you hear about this everyman.com? This is a a retreat for men to get in touch with their emotional side. And they specialize in group retreats for men that they go out to, I don't know, I mean, they go out in the middle of fucking nowhere and they have a retreat for and so men can basically go there and let their emotions out and cry and just give way to their feelings. And they support this, and men are well, not all men obviously, but there are men that are gravitating towards this as if they need a mental, they need a They need somewhere to unleash and unravel their emotional side and the struggles that they're dealing with. And I saw a commercial on this today, and that's what got me to talk about it. I saw a commercial on this today, and every man that was interviewed was not only in physical form of a beta male, but the way that they spoke was very beta male-esque. And it was honestly repulsive watching the B-roll about these men that were crying in these groups of men and men hugging them, and just like these men were sobbing. They were sobbing like bitches, dude. And it was so repulsive, I had to fucking turn it off.
First of all, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. And there's nothing, I think there's nothing wrong with showing emotion. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But going to a retreat with a bunch of dudes out in the middle of nowhere, campfire songs, and hugging each other, sounds a little more than a fucking... Sounds a little...
Man, I just... I feel very sorry for the women that are with those men, if they have women at all.
Bro, I don't...
Because now they're going to get made fun of by the woman. And that woman is not going to take them serious. And that woman is probably repulsed by them.
Bro, I'm trying to just... Like, how would you even break that to like, hey, I'm going on a camping trip with the guys. Like, that's okay going on a camping trip with the guys. Go on a camping trip.
Yeah, but that's not what this is, man.
No. I get it. But how would you like? How would you spin that? That's the question. Is like, how would you spin that to your significant other? Hey, man. Hey, I'm going on an all male retreat. She'd be like, "You're going to a gay orgy?" Like what? Like that's what it sounds like.
One of their quotes is, "Being a man in today's world is tough. The pressure to perform, to provide, to get everything right, it's overwhelming at best, and at worst, keeps us from living at the fullest version of ourselves."
The fuck?
I got news for the person who said that. That is how this world was created, on men that didn't stop and fucking cry at every waking moment they felt emotional about a struggle. That's how this world was built.
It sounds like none of those motherfuckers have any kind of discipline. To be honest,
I wish we could play the feature.
I don't want to. That doesn't send it to me. No, don't do that. I don't want it. What is it called?
Everyman, spelled EVRYMAN.com.
Head there today. Use promo code Broody and Braun and get 20% off your male retreat. What the fuck are we doing with our lives?
Hold on. Let's listen to this.
No.
Oh, it's going through my headphones. Son of a bitch. But anyways,
just change it off your headphones.
So you said that you're okay with being emotional at times.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like when my grandfather passed. Like that's emotional, right? I cried. Yeah, because I was, it was a figure in my life, and he was my football coach, and he was very, very close. So yeah, I cried, because it was emotional to see something like that. It's okay to show your emotions. There's nothing wrong with showing your emotions, but when you're fucking... I'm not going to sit here and fucking hug you, Justin, and cry on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you would smack me.
Well, I'll go to an extent further and say, I would never sit and cry on my woman's shoulder. Like, that's never going to happen.
I've done that. Yeah. I've done that.
You should then... Okay, you're not with her any longer, right?
Right.
Right. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
Did you leave her or she leave you?
Oh, she left me because I was an alcoholic, but yeah.
You think she left you for just because of that?
Probably. Yeah, I was an asshole. I was really bad.
That did not help your credibility, my
No,
friend.
I was bad. I was horrible.
No, I'm saying the emotional part did not help your credibility.
No, I was horrible. But I still see no wrong with men crying. Okay, everybody cries. And if you say you've never cried, you're a fucking liar. Okay, everybody's cried. All right, but doing it in a fucking group of males, nah. Nah. Not gonna happen.
So do you believe you should be vulnerable or emotional with your woman?
Yeah, because it shows a different side of it. It shows that you're not hard all the time. You don't have to be hard all the time. You don't have to be a fucking rock all the time. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be quote unquote a stud. You just have to be a stud fucking 90% of the time. It's okay to let the wall down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's totally okay. You just don't bring the wall down to fucking 70%. You know what I mean? Or 50%, where you're fucking weeping and crying all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay if something happens to a loved one or something along those lines.
Well, I'm not really talking about that because that's a natural occurrence. That's a natural life occurrence that people die, and that's obviously a human thing that affects a human being.
But
that's a part of life that affects a human being.
Right. But if you're talking about like you fucking stubbed your toe and you're fucking crying, like the fuck, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of about crying is like the only time I get cry is when I lose somebody, and when I get emotional, like somebody very close to me.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not referring to that. I'm talking about like you're like what these guys are talking about is struggles in life. They're struggles.
No, I don't. No, I don't do that. No, because I've struggled my whole fucking life, and I'm still struggling to this day. You know, it's just you just fucking get up and put your big boy pants on and fucking move forward.
What does that look like?
I put my leg in my pants, one leg at a time, like any other motherfucker.
I get the illustration, but what does that look like in real life? You moving forward.
Just some days are gonna be good, some days are gonna be bad. You know, you just gotta fucking mount up and just take the good with the bad and just keep moving forward. That's it. There's no time to sit here and fucking cry, bitch, whine, and moan. Think the world's gonna stop just because you cry, bitch, and whining and moaning? The world's gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna jump on the train with the world, or you're gonna fucking sit there and get crumbled by the world.
So is that really how you operate?
That's how I operate now. Yeah, absolutely.
Since when?
Fuck, last year or so of my life. Yeah. So, shit just fucking. You know, I get down in the dumps, dude. I battle depression. Depression's a fucking real thing. It's 100% real thing. And if you say it's not, you're bullshit. You know, depression's a real thing. It's what you do with the depression. It's how you sustain the depression. It's how you.
How does depression come about?
I usually get depressed around like in April, just because like that's when my dad passed away. So I get a little bit down in the dumps, you know, thinking about him and. You know, hopefully he's proud of me, and then I go visit his grave and stuff like that. So yeah, I get down in the dumps about that stuff. But like, other than that, I don't really like. I guess I just truly believe that everything happens for a reason. You're not quite sure what the reason is, but everything happens for a reason. So you're gonna just take it how it is, or you're gonna just, you're gonna sulk in it, and you're gonna let the situation control you, or you're going to control the situation and you're going to keep moving forward with it. Does that make sense? Kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying what causes depression? That's what I'm asking. What causes depression for people? Not just you, but people in general.
Trauma, tragedy, fuck, man, PTSD is a huge one, especially with our military. You know, people that have seen war, that have gone to war, that have taken people's lives.
Isn't it interesting that people with actual real PTSD are not complaining about their depression?
They don't.
I mean, I know war veterans, and they do not complain about their depression. I used to train a couple of them, and they do not complain about their depression. They accept it for what it is, and they keep moving forward. And they have therapy, you know, because it's like given to them through their
VA.
You know, yeah. But apart from that, they're not talking about it. They never levy any of their problems on it.
Right.
And I respect the fuck out of that. But then you got these kids nowadays that are promulgating these words of, you know, like depression and anxiety in an effort to get attention.
Sympathy.
Now, attention.
Yeah.
It's attention. And they seek the attention more than anything. Then they seek the attention and validation. If they can't get it from a positive way, they're going to get it from something that's deemed negative.
Correct. I agree with you. I agree. I think a lot of people... It's kind of the same thing. Like when I go live on like TikTok, a lot of people go, "I can't do this because I have this problem." It's like, no, you can. You just choose not to.
Exactly. Because they are what?
You know.
Because they are what?
Weak-minded human beings.
Right. Exactly. They're weak.
Yeah.
Weak across the board.
I can't. It was funny because they went on live and they actually didn't go on live. They went and they posted this video about how just get up and go to the gym. Just get up and go to the gym. And people, you know, that's what people say all the time. Just get up and go to the gym. And people think it's just so easy for people just to get up and go to the gym. But you don't understand what they're dealing with in real life, with like their mental health and their sickle cell and their blood sugar and their blood. It's like you have a lot of those problems because, number one, you don't fucking eat right.
Exactly.
And you don't take care of your fucking body.
Exactly. You put yourself there.
Exactly.
And then you want to complain about
it. Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, that's wrong. That's 100% wrong.
Right.
I used to have high blood pressure. I used to be obese. Now I'm chill. You know? It's like, people just use that shit as a fucking crutch. Right. Oh, I can't work out because of my back. Bullshit. I can't work out because of my knee. Bullshit.
Yeah, people love excuses because it takes them out of the game. It takes them out of the race, so they don't have to compete or anything.
Yep.
And women don't like to compete that often. Like most women do not like to compete, and a lot of beta males don't like to compete. If you notice that men, especially alpha male men, are competitors by nature. They're just truly competitive, and that's what's in their blood to be. But it's not necessarily in a woman's blood to be a competitor. It's not in a beta male's blood to be a competitor. If that's your mindset and you have a weak mindset, it's not wired in you to want to be competitive with somebody else. If anything, you're looking for outs.
Yeah.
You're looking for excuses. You're looking for justifications.
You're looking for a pat on the butt and go, it's going to be okay.
Right.
It's like, fuck you.
I've learned that in my training career, training people.
Yeah.
I used to be empathetic. I'm not anymore. Because there's a point where this is self-sabotage on your end.
Yeah.
And you're not identifying that as such, which is a reason why you're in this perpetual state of never getting better, never progressing, etc. And always it's like a rat chasing its own fucking tail.
Yeah.
And people, you know, it's if you work out and you eat healthy, that's because you give a shit about yourself. That's the highest form of self-love. If you want to call self-love anything, which I fucking hate that term, but if you want to call self-love anything, it's when you take care of yourself. Okay? If you don't take care of yourself and you get fat as fuck and you're unhealthy and all your biomarkers are out of whack, that's the most illuminating form of self-sabotage, and actually the fact that it's glorifying the fact that you don't give a shit about your body. You don't give a shit about yourself, and that's not self-love. So like Lizzo, for example, is all about this woman empowerment. Love your body, but you're fat as shit and you're gonna die early. That's self-love? Going and eating your feelings at McDonald's, that's self-love? No, taking care of yourself is self-love. Here's an example. If you get a plant, You buy a plant from the fucking hardware store. Are you gonna let that plant fucking have no water and just wilt away and die?
Same thing as
Of course not. You're gonna water the plant because you want to preserve the plant. You want it to be lush. You want it to be green.
Yeah, same thing as like having a dog.
Exactly. You want to extend the life of that thing. So by you not doing the things that are predicated on extending the life of that certain the animal or the plant, etc., you are effectively saying, I don't love you. So if you're not taking care of yourself, you're effectively saying, I don't love you.
Yep.
That is not a form of self-love. That is the exact opposite. But women
I hate the word
are
thick.
often delusional. Okay. Women are often delusional, and that's why they come up with these fucking theories. Like, love yourself, love your body in any fucking shape. That's not the way it fucking works. You should be lean. You should have a lean BMI. You should be exercising. You should be eating healthy. That's loving yourself. If there was a love yourself at all, if that existed at all, that is what it is, not the opposite.
Yeah, it's been glorified. It's been very glorified to be quote unquote thick. And like,
no, it's an excuse.
It's an excuse
to do whatever the fuck you want, to not take care of yourself, to not eat right, etc.
It's really bad in the pro wrestling world too. Is like people always call themselves thick, and it's like no, that's just an excuse for you to eat like shit.
No,
and not train.
I'll tell you what you are. You fucking fat.
Yep,
that's what you are.
Mm-hmm. And people are wondering why they're not getting shots with bigger companies. That's it. I'm done.
Me too. Wait, hold on. Now I'm done. Beauty and Brawn.
Bye-bye.